Hey everyone, it's the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and our family is getting through COVID. We just got it last week, and so if I'm coughing, that's why. We're all doing okay. This is our first time getting it, and so we feel fortunate about that. But we've just kind of been hunkering down this week, and I thought this would be a good time for me to finally get a video out to you all and kind of explain what's going on in our lives and why it's been so long since you've heard from me. Um, and yeah, I think just to say straight off the bat, the reason it's been a long time is that we have kind of some big news to share, and I was waiting to have some key conversations with students and coworkers before I shared with you all. And that news is that we'll be transitioning off of campus after this semester, and I'll be leaving InterVarsity staff, which, it's been a huge decision-making process to get to this point. Almost about a year, I would say, of seeking God and talking to people and contemplating whether it's the right time to leave. And we felt strongly that God was saying no a year ago when we started thinking about this. And so we decided to stay. And recently we felt God saying that, yes, it is time to move on. And so I want to share with you kind of the 3 reasons why that's happening, and then some quick logistics. If you want to hear more details, I would say read the text that came along with this video in the email, or it should be posted on Facebook as well, just because I don't want to make this video super long. But yeah, reason number 1 is that I felt strongly over the last 10 months that I've needed to step back from ministry and just spend some time with God, kind of reconnecting and processing some of the things that have been really hard about ministry over the last 3 years. And that's just something kind of personally with God that I felt, and I think a sabbatical type period could have probably accomplished that. But I've really felt called to kind of just step back and reevaluate, like, do I want to be doing ministry vocationally? Because it's been honestly at times that difficult for like my mental health, just some of the really intense relational things that have happened over the last 10 months. So yeah, I won't go into any more detail than that, but I just have felt like for my own relationship with God and with people that I need to take a step back for a season. So that's the first reason. The second one is that we felt a release from Western, from God. We've contemplated leaving before this point, and we've always felt like God was still calling us to this work. But this was the first time where we were like really feeling a peace about leaving, and that God was kind of saying it was okay to consider moving on. And we actually felt like God was saying he was okay either way, whether we stayed or left, and we felt freedom, I think, in that. And so the last thing that has contributed to this is that Maggie and I have both, over the last few months, as Harper's gotten older, felt a real strong calling back to family and living closer to family in the Grand Junction area, and wanting Harper to be around her grandparents and her cousins and to be known and loved by them. And so we don't really have a timeline for that move, and we don't necessarily know what we'll be doing vocationally in that area. And so it could be as early as the spring, and it could be as late as the fall or next winter, but we'd love to get back to Grand Junction sometime in 2023. And so that's been a pretty significant change for us, and has also influenced us to want to not commit to doing ministry in the spring at Western. So yeah, all those things have been going on over the last year, I would say. And if you want to hear more details, like, feel free to email me, call me. I'd love to connect with you. I would have loved to do that for every single one of you, but there are like over 100 folks that have supported me in one way or another. So logistically, that would have been really hard. But if you want to connect with me and hear more, I'd love to tell you that. And the one thing I want you all to know is, like, man, InterVarsity's been so good to me, and they've taken care of me with everything they have. And I just 1,000% believe in their mission and their strategies for bringing God's kingdom to campus. So yeah, none of this is like me becoming disenchanted with InterVarsity. I just love them so much and love what they do. So I hope you know that. Cool. So a few logistics that I think you need to know coming out of this. First of all, you're probably wondering what's going to happen with the group and the ministry here at Western, and the answer is a few different things. There's really no possibility of sending another InterVarsity staff to Gunnison, just because it's such a rural school, it's such a small school, and there's just not enough folks coming on staff in InterVarsity in our area to really be able to send someone out here. I'm not going to say that'll never happen, but it's not possible right now. And so that means that whatever continues will be student-led, and there will be things that continue, particularly one Bible study has been basically going without my help. It's 3 football players that lead it, and they've had like 20 or 25 students coming, and they really lead it on their own. I've just been sending them stuff and helping coach them through leading a group, but they're ready to do it on their own, and so they're going to continue for sure in the spring. For a couple other groups, I am in conversation with the leaders about if they want to try and do it without me there. And I think there's one group that will try as well, in addition to the football players group. But for some of the other students, I'm just asking them like if they want to get involved with another campus ministry group, because there are some, or if they want to go to the other InterVarsity groups that are going to continue. So I'm just helping students think through like, what is your faith community going to look like without me on campus, and helping kind of shepherd them through that. So yeah, it'll be different and more student-led and maybe smaller, but it will continue. So secondly, you're going to probably have questions about giving, especially those of you who give like recurring gifts that just automatically get taken out of your account. So the most important thing I think you need to know is that InterVarsity can't stop your giving. Like legally, I don't think they're allowed to cease giving on your behalf. So if you have a recurring payment, you'll have to manage that yourself and go in and stop that giving if you want to stop supporting InterVarsity. If you don't, what's going to happen, and this was my decision, is that I wanted funds, instead of going to my account, they'll start going to my friend's account. His name is Ismael, and he works at University of Northern Colorado, and he helped us plant InterVarsity at Western 4 years ago. I really love him. I really believe in what he does in Greeley, and I would love if some of my supporters would continue supporting him. So if you don't touch your giving profile at all, it will just start giving to Ismael beginning in January. So I would strongly encourage you, if you want to keep supporting college ministry in Colorado, that you should keep supporting Ismael, because he does amazing work. But if not, you need to go on and stop giving yourself. Those of you who give one-time gifts, you don't need to worry about it because it's not automatically getting taken out. But I would still encourage you to consider supporting Ismael if you can, because it would mean a lot to his ministry and what he does. Okay, I think that's it as far as logistics go. But once again, please feel free to reach out to me and ask me questions about anything. And yeah, I want to say a thank you to you guys, but I'm going to have Harper and Maggie join me. So just 1 second. Okay, now that we got everyone here, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all you've done over the last 4.5 years. I think I met with almost all of you at some point and asked you to believe in what we were going to do at Western, and you guys have really made it possible for us to do ministry over the last period of our lives and for us to exist. And so I think from all 3 of us, we're just so thankful, and it's meant a lot. And we've been processing and remembering all the amazing things that have happened, and we're just so glad that we got to do it. So would you add anything?
Yeah, I just want to recognize that even though I've been out of the picture for the past year or so, that I am very thankful for each one of you, and especially during my time in InterVarsity and the ways that I felt your support then, but recognize it now too as we're out, transitioning out, and yeah, excited to continue relationships with you all, and yeah, excited to see what's next in our life, and yeah, we appreciate you guys allowing us to be in this season that we are in, and how much it's been a blessing for our marriage and our beginnings of parenting, and just being able to be a part of Gunnison. And yeah, it's been amazing. So thank you for allowing that to happen. Love you guys.
Harper, did you add anything? Nope. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.
All of your days shine brightly, and your nights blessed with peace. Wherever you lay down to sleep, and all things are made good for those who believe. May you grow from a seed into a strong, fruitful tree. As the days unfold, hold your breath to see. Life is a mystery, and joy disappears when the way is rough and steep. But love will make your days complete. Of your hands, help those in need, befriend the lonely, serve the weak, and forgive enemies. And if you find true love, one day marry, bear a child your seed, help it to grow into a tree. As the days unfold, hold your breath to see. Life is a mystery, and joy disappears when the way is rough and steep. But love will make your days complete.